Right, guys, part two of my days in Japan, and we're going from Tokyo to Shikoku to find some ancient samurai scrolls that I've been after for 10 years. Right, guys, welcome to the second part of my travels in Japan. My name's Anthony Cummins. I'm the author of books like Book of Bushido and Book of Samurai, and it's now 5:30. I've been awake since about 10 to 3, and I only went to bed at about 11:15, and I'm jet lagged. And this is the most important day. So I've been traveling back and forward for Japan for many years, and I run a school called Nato Ryu, and we resurrected it from dead scrolls, and we got the permission from the family and all that. So it's real samurai teachings from Wakayama. But I'm in Tokyo, and for 10 years or more, maybe, I've known of a collection of scrolls or documents that are in a private collection by a Takeda family who have an amazing history. They are a dojo from the Edo period, and it appears that they're the last surviving Natori Ryu dojo in the world from the original school, and they have some certificates there. And I've been trying to get hold of the collection for 10 years, but there was just a lot of bureaucracy and a lot of problems in Japan. I couldn't get hold of the right person, and people wouldn't pass me along. I even travelled to the island and where they are, and it's a big island, but I travelled to the island where they are, tried to knock on the doors and everything wasn't there, but it turns out they'd moved away. So today, after 10 years, is the Yoshie's come or she's been up since God before she went to bed, and we've basically finally got through to the family, finally got an interview, finally got a chance to go there. Don't make any noise, Yoshie, it's okay. You continue to make that noise, that's okay. No, carry on. So basically, with the Yoshie on the side, making morning tea. But what is it? Today we're going to find out if I can get copies of or buy these scrolls. So this is a big day for me. Whether they're good or bad, not bad, but whether they're good or we have to work out how much they're worth versus what information they give us is difficult. But this is one of those emotional buys. This is like, I need these documents. I need them. I would sell my girlfriend for these documents. Not my dog though, but the girlfriend could go. 6 a.m. and we're renting bikes again. But I've got to try and drive with my luggage in there because Yoshie is obsessed with renting bikes, but they are pretty good fun. So off we go to the train station. So it's now, the sun has come up, it's after 6, my luggage is in the front and it's freezing. My bloody hands are cold, but off we go on adventures, just like Bilbo. Watch this, you don't even look at the road, you just go. It's so crazy, it's just like, go, you've got right of way, no one runs you over, funny, especially with dogs. So it's just mint, you just sort of ride wherever you want, and they sort of everybody there's never sort of many accidents, it's just crack on. And the cars are really, really sort of aware of you, which is really good. So, right, I better put my hands down, it's freezing. So I'm in Haneda Airport. So we're getting another domestic flight from a different airport down to the other end of the country. So we just got some obento, which is Japanese lunch boxes, basically like takeaway food. And I haven't been here in about 12 years. So I've got the Yosh behind me there. But I've got to try and carry my luggage and hold the camera, sorry. Right guys, this is ANA, which is All Nippon Airways, which is, of course, Nippon means Japan. So Haneda Airport's got much bigger. When I last came, we were on literally a pigeon carrier, and these now it's like a full fleet. It's really bloody good. So we're on our way down to the island of Shikoku, which means the land of the 4 districts.
私ベーコンレタスバーガーだから2つ同じ、はい、ベーコンレタスバーガーを2つ、はい、それからマックナゲットを2つ、はい、からコーヒーでいい？私は全然 これについてはこの前山田さんが来て初めて話した。
So I'm here with Takeda, and this is basically
古いやつだったらみんなありますよ。
this is actually the bones of a real samurai that they've dug up and they're moving the cemetery. So we've just got it. It's here. It's one of Takeda's ancestors, and we've got I'll show you a picture later of the thingy, but that you can see the skull and you can see the bones, and they've been moved to a new temple area.
先生っていう方が、
まあ一番
あれですよね、名取流の免許も
大堀先生の名前出てるの。
いいですか、見せていただいていいですか、この方。
どうぞ。大堀先生、奥さん。大堀先生、奥さん。
Right, everyone, this is really important. This guy seems to have been he's a Takeda, ne? Takeda, what's his name? Namae wan nan desu ka?
大堀。
Okuryo.
大堀。武田大堀。
And he signed a certificate for Natoryu, and maybe Sekiguchi Ryu, and he's a Takeda family member, and this is his wife there. So this is probably another member of the Natori school we've tracked down, which is amazing. And we're with Takeda-san here.
Yes.
And he's taking us around his wonderful house. I will do you a video later. So at the moment, we're going through...
出して撮ってください。
あ、いいですか。はい。
So at the moment, we're going through the pictures. These are the pictures of the samurai in the family, and we're tracking down what could be the only picture of a Natori Ryu member in existence. Amazing. Maybe he was as well, we don't know, but one of them is named, and we're going to get onto the pictures very, very soon. So this guy here, he is the founder of Sekiguchi Ryu, one of the more famous sword schools, and he looks like mean guy, doesn't he? But he's one of the founders. But I'm not sure what era he was alive in, but we'll check that. But he's another swordsman called Yamada has actually visited here, and he's also going through the scrolls. I'll explain more later, guys, when I've got time. Right, guys, I've been about 6 hours with this guy Takeda-san, and he's a lovely man, and we've hunting down these documents. So if you don't know, or if you're new to my channel, basically I have been tracking down all of the Natoryu scrolls for years and years, and there is no picture anywhere of a Natoryu member from the original time, and I've just found one. So it's like, it doesn't mean anything to anyone out there unless you're a student of Natoryu, but we've now found a Natoryu branch here, and they taught here, they have Menkyo Kaiden certification here, and we have the name of the person. It says Mr. Tanaka somebody gave it to somebody, and we have the Tanaka's picture here. Right, guys, this is a copy of the Gunzoi Odoki, and this is a scroll I've been after for years, or I've got it from I have now got copies of it. But basically, there you go, Natori Sanjuro Masazumi. There he is, the original guy. And I'm not going to go down this because I'm saving who he's from, but he was passed into the Takeda family. And this Takeda family here are absolutely Natori. This is like a revelation. This is amazing. I'll try and do more video later, but this is outstanding. Right, guys, I've not bought the scrolls because Japanese sort of like, they want to meet you first, so I've flown all the way across the world to come and get the scrolls, but it doesn't matter, I've got photocopies of them, or well, pictures. So I'll explain more later. I'm very, very happy. I've achieved a couple of things, but it's going to be a long process if we're going to get them, and I think he wants more cash, so than I can afford. So, but still, we've got the information. I want to get them, and I want to get them to the temple. But let me show you around this place. It's amazing. This is amazing. So this is the Takeda collection. So that's the collection of scrolls there. That's the Takeda collection. And then they have here, they have the armour, the old stuff. He says that's not the original armour has gone missing, but they replaced it with that. Some of the old Edo period stuff. I'm going to make a proper video of this, guys, but you can sort of see he's got his boxes of scrolls. He showed me the Natori stuff. There's horse bits there, that's a horse bit. They've got muskets and bits and bats. Right, obviously all the stuff. Then in here, they've got their antique collection, locks, bits and bats. Basically, this is a family that's been here for about 300 years, and they are collecting all the stuff. So they're Jingasa Warholders. This is now they're starting to catalogue everything, and they're getting everything catalogued. And there we go. It's the house itself is a couple of hundred years, but it's been lived in for about 200. Yoshi, 250 years was this house, but it's been lived in. So that means in Japan that means it's been redone, bits and bats. And you can see he says these have been here since he remembers. They've always been there. Spears. He's even got some yumi. So they're so original, probably Edo Jidai yumi. Well, they will be Edo Jidai. They're not Sengoku Jidai, but you know what I mean. There we go with. Yeah. Oh, sugar. There's the bits. There's no spearhead on that one, but right. So his catalogue of books, everything, and I'm going to show you very quickly. These are poems to the. These are poems for the 4 seasons. So you've got spring, winter, summer, and autumn, and they're put in there. So really bloody good. So he's got an immaculate place, but he's the last in the line. The line is dying, which means he's selling everything off, and he's moving away because he wasn't born. His grandparents, this is his grandparents' house. So he's now got to find a way to get rid of, not get rid's the wrong word, but you know what I mean, to get these done. And this is a Natoryu dojo. So it's traditionally, it's a Takeda dojo, but it's actually has Sekiguchi in it, and maybe about 10 to 15 different schools taught, which goes against what everybody believes. They think you can only do one school. It's absolute nonsense. You can do loads. But this is the sort of dojo, and this is where it was being taught. Or this is the house, not the dojo, but they were teaching Natoryu here, which is the only known dojo in the world outside of Wakayama Castle. Right guys, we've come to a temple, and what we're doing is we've come to find the grave. I showed you a picture before of the grave, and what we're doing is we're looking at the grave that was moved for the master of Natoryu and Sekiguchi Ryu. So let's go find the grave. Oh, actually on this hillside. So the theory is that Takeda's castle, when they moved here, when they were fled, because Takeda Katsuyori was defeated, so some of the Takeda clan came, and they reckon they came on that castle, and this temple also has the Takeda name in it, saying they were come here, and which is why we get people like Natoryu people around here as well. Right guys, we're in a graveyard, and the bones are going to be going down there because they're separating them, but this is the original grave from where the guy was, basically the one with the bones. And if you look here, there's a saying in Japanese which is literacy and military arts, and this has been worn away because it's 200 or 300 years old, but that's a book, and this is an armoured glove for sword fighting. So it's sword fighting, armoured glove, and a book. And this is basically, guys, for you Natoryu students, this is the newest one we found of Natoryu's masters who are there. Amazing. Right, this is the grave, guys, of the dojo founder. It's a bit complicated to put it all together, but the dojo founder was there. The son is over there, but it's not quite in place, and the son of the son. But all 3 of them appear to be in Natoryu members, and Sekiguchi Ryu as well. So they're spread out a bit, but they're being repositioned. So sunset in Japan in a graveyard after a long day of translation and a long day of negotiation. But we've come to, obviously, we didn't get the scrolls, and it was like, I'll explain it later, guys, but you know, it's still a beautiful finish. Well, we've still got to go for a drink.
もう僕ら男でなんで、小脳性はできへんから、もうおかしなったら 見てやーって最初にでもそれが理解できる状態で言ってもらったからよかったっていうか
ちょっとあれやね、明日の朝
また
散歩され
ね
るのも、
ぜひ散歩してみたいですね。
これがうだつの街並みって言って一応の観光スポットです。
So I'm on an old Japanese street next to the restaurant, sorry, the hotel we're staying in. This is so good. This proper old school Japanese that. So the old school Japanese guys going out for drinks. And, oh there. So there's the height difference. Yeah.
higher roof heights ね。
Right, because it's Meiji era higher. Edo period is lower.
No,
What, is that Edo period then?
restrictions ね。
So it is gorgeous. You don't get this often. You don't get this often at all. So I'm now having a meal with the chaps. And we're,
そこに一つは、
ここあったかいので大
this is
丈夫
what
です。
it's
こちら
like.
にもありますね。
And then I think we're in an Italian restaurant. I'm not sure. It's Italian in Japan. I'm not quite sure yet.
一番上にあるのがですね、こちら自家製の鴨のローストになりまして、上に自家製のバルサミコのソースが添えております。右横がですね、こちらブリのカルパッチョになりまして、こちらも自家製のディルのソースが添えております。で下には
付き合わせ付き合わせ
So we're actually
こういう話
after the meal
誰も分か
discussing.
んないんです
That's a one single piece of stone. For he's saying it's an impressive piece of stone, and that crack there is from an earthquake. So they were laid down really quite well. And we're just sort of trying to get home now from after you've been drinking with Japanese people. It takes a while. So he's done the old beams of the house. You can see the pegs and everything. It's bloody lovely, bloody lovely. And he's put a Western stove in and a flue right up the top, which looks pretty expensive. Right, guys, I'm in bed. It is now nearly 11 o'clock. I've been awake for what, 20 hours, and we didn't get the scrolls, but he let me photograph everything. So I've got all the information from them. I just don't physically own them. It proves, without a shadow of a doubt, that Nato Ryu had a fighting system. There is a martial arts of Nato Ryu, which for you guys who are maybe new to this channel doesn't mean much, but for us in the ninja community, that is mega news. So it was worth the trip out here. And I have also got two late medieval pictures of Natori Ryu masters, really, and which is phenomenal, which gives us something as a focal point for understanding who the masters were. And we know there was a dojo here. And they know we know they were studying ninja martial art. Oh, that was a slip of the tongue, wasn't it? We knew they were studying samurai martial arts, but not the ninjutsu. And they were studying the reduced version of the gungaku. So it's meant. Okay, it's 3 or 4 in the morning. I'm totally awake. Jet lag. That's it, but I've got to be up in about 2 hours to go and do another day. I'm shattered. But I'm going to stop this now. I'm going to upload, and then you can catch me in the next one, guys. It is in a playlist. I've just made a playlist. So do click the playlist and go down, and I'll put the number and the thumbnails. So follow me and my adventures in the land of Japan. And my father will know how important this information is. So my father will be understanding that he follows everything. And my father-in-law, my Mrs. Father, if you think I'm coming home to do any bloody work in the first day on them bands, you are mistaken. I am going to bed. He keeps saying, you're on holiday in Japan, aren't you? No, Paul, I'm not on holiday.